In the short story I read in class called Love, it portrayed a great visual of what love can be. The story was about a young teacher that was loved very much by her young students. They went over and above to make her happy. Then one day there was a substitute teacher. They didn't think anything of it at first. After weeks of the substitute not leaving, they got worried about their beloved teacher. Two of the young students left to visit her home. When they got there, they found out that their teacher was diagnosed with a serious cancer. The two boys knew how serious it could be, and they left it alone. They would never forget their favorite teacher. I believe this shows a lot of love toward the teacher, that they would go and see her when they thought something was wrong. Love can be found in many different things, like a story, within a family, or even between you and your friends. Love can be found in many different situations. You can especially find it in novels, short stories, poems, etc. We have many different examples in school. For instance, the biography about Eudora Welty. She loved her career as a writer and a photographer. Her biography really told us how much she loved what she did in life. Her love towards a career and objects she used daily for them. In one of the articles of the week's Extra Credit in Middlebury, everyone loved Butch as a person. Even though he had an illness, everyone still loved him. The story proved it by saying that the football team would go out of their way to pick up Butch just so he could watch the games. It was a really strong tradition. They showed love as a friendship, which I believe is one of the most powerful forms of love. Love can also be found in your families. It can be found even when you might not think it is there. In the Glass Castle, they have a unique form of love. In the book, you can't exactly tell how her parents love the children. They teach them wrong things and wrong ways to solve their problems, and they neglect them at times. At the same time, something says that they love their children unconditionally and would never desert them. I would consider this a complicated love. It is both destructive and healing. It is also very indirect. The kids know that their parents love them, but they most likely have to search to see how much the parents love. And friends love you, and you usually love your friends as well. This kind of love, I think, is a very important part of growing older. You need friends to keep you sane in most points of view. Whether it is a boyfriend or a girlfriend, best friend or just friend, you usually love them, but all in different ways. You may love your friends like you love your family. You're close to them. You can be close to them, and you wouldn't want anything bad to happen to them. Your best friends are usually closer to you than anyone. Sometimes you can think of your best friend as one of your siblings. When you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, over a lot of time you can learn to love them. It's a completely different type of love. You end up falling in love with them. You can make it so that you want to spend the rest of your life with him or her. Being in love like that is hard to find. Some people don't get to find it until they are much older, and some are lucky enough to find their true love while they're still young and or in high school. Most people get to find love. We search for it all of our lives, but some people aren't as lucky and never get to experience the sacred emotion. Love can last you a lifetime, create miracles, and bring you happiness when you need it the most. At other times, love can die out, be stressful, and end up hurting you bad. Although we know how much it can end up hurting you, we still crave it and want it.